Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
There's a massive collection of Darth Vader memorabilia sitting in the other room in a container because Ponzi made me. I know, Wicket. I know. It's kind of sad. Uh, she made me take all my toys down last year. And she ended up buying me the first Darth Vader figurine, like the 1977 Kenner figurine, which I used to collect the old Kenner figures. And she bought me one, and then I went on eBay and I bought other Darth Vader stuff, and pretty soon I had this like massive shelf of Darth Vader things, and she couldn't stand it. She's never even seen one single Star Wars movie. Every time I try, she falls asleep. So I've tried. I collect Garbage Pail Kids. I've pointed that out before. I collect. Well, I really don't collect anything beyond Garbage Pail Kids anymore, and that's just a holdover from my childhood. I got an email here from Tuxedo Jericho, one of our best friends at the chat room at live.pirillo.com. He says, Chris, I saw the video you did on die casting collectible tips, and I thought I'd send you this list, which could help some people who are hoarding stuff in the hopes that it'll become valuable in the future. Number one, keep in mind that what will have value in the future. That's important. If it's something that can be reproduced in the future, then the chances are the newer method of it coming out will make the one you are thinking of collecting likely not worth anything at all. Things in this category are media, like movie, music, games, etc. However, if something cannot be reproduced, then chances are that it will have a good, if not great, resale value in the future. Things in this category are things like stamps and coins. Keep in mind that in 50 years' time, the current state quarters and the old-style nickel with President Jefferson in the center instead of offset on the side could fetch more than the 25 cents or 5 cents than they are worth now. Number two, know places to check prices on. For movies, games, and various other things, you can check eBay and half.com respectively. And I think half.com is owned by eBay. I would recommend half, as eBay can be skewed a bit by nefarious users trying to cheat the system. You can see what others are selling it for. Now, there are times when that some people put things in outrageous prices. However, with a little common sense, you can tell when things are too far off kilter like that. 3. Vehicles from today probably will not gain the popularity the old muscle cars from the 60s and 70s and early 80s gained. This is due to the freaky obsession that the car people have. When you think of someone as a gearhead, they are tuning a souped-up engine and a muscle car chassis. Most of the popular cars will be the ones that were features in TV shows and movies like the 60s like the 60 either to 71 Dodge Chargers that were used in the General Lee and the Dukes of Hazzard. Late model cars nowadays don't have that driving a monster feel like the classic cars had. It doesn't help that older model classic cars are almost all metal with very little fiberglass or plastics in them, which makes the car worth more at a scrapyard too. Number 4, technology makes for bad investments over time. Even though a Mac might have a great resale value for a much longer time than a PC, it too will dwindle down after the latest OS won't support it anymore. Ask yourself this question. When is the last time I saw an old TV, computer, CD player, tape player, record player, 8-track player, wireless phone, or telephone sell for a good amount of, over 10, 15, or 20 years after it was replaced by a newer model? I think the exceptions to these rules may be classic computers. Now, I'm not saying that the computer you have is going to be a classic. It's likely a piece of junk. I'm talking like one of the original home computers, like PETs, or a Commodore 64, or a Commodore VIC-20, or a Mac Classic. I will own a working Mac Classic. I will own one. I have a friend of mine who used to own MacAquarium.com, and he took out the tube and then replaced it with a working aquarium, and it'd be a Mac Classic with fish in it. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. I don't think he is. Number 5, keep your stuff in good condition. Time is the enemy of us all. So, if you got to keep in mind, time wears our bodies down. It wears everything else down too. If you take good care of that collectible, then it'll sell at a better price than one that has been through the ringer to say. Case in point, let's go to the collectible toys of the Generation 1, the G1 Transformers. Let's say you find Megatron, which can go for over $300. $300? Let's say you saw $300? You saw two at or near the same price, but one looked like it was about ready to fall apart from neglect, and the other one was in decent but not mint condition. Which would you buy? Take care of your stuff. And he notes that he hopes this helps and everything. It's interesting. He notes Nothing was sadder than that when I worked at the CD swap and had this lady who tried to sell her Disney VHS collection. Sadly, she waited till a lot of these films were already on DVD, which helped drive down the price of the tapes. For instance, Bambi. Before the DVD for Bambi was out, the VHS was selling for around $11 on the net. Shortly after the DVD came out, the price plummeted where it was selling for under $3. So get rid of your Bambi VHS cassettes, and if you still have a VCR, stop it. Stop it. I mean, you know, are you still using a rotary dial phone too? Are you still using Internet Explorer 6? Oh yeah, you heard me. That's right. I equated IE6 users to people who still use VCRs and rotary dial phones. Yeah. You gonna take me on? You know where to find me. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. We're typically talking tech 24 hours a day in the chat room where I'm feeding this live video out. Well, I'm not feeding it out. Well, I guess it is. It's a video feed. Sometimes I'm feeding myself, like with pizza. You want? Here, I got grease on my fingers. You want to lick it off? It's my dog. I'm not just talking. Here, come here. Come here, Rick. Come here. Come here. Come here. I gotta prove now that I wasn't. This is Wicket. And every time you sell a collectible for less than it's worth, God kills a puppy. Please, please do your research. I beg of you. If you'd like to meet me or Wicket, you know where to come. We're streaming live 24 hours a day at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.